to Uncontrollable, the podcast where we break the stigma, get loud, and get real about youth mental health. Truth is that having mental health struggles isn't weird, unnatural, or something to be ashamed of. It means you're human. Mental health affects us all, directly or indirectly. You're not alone.
We're here to remind you that some things in life are out of your control, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have to embrace the chaos. Mental health doesn't have to be scary or heavy all the time. It can also be a very fun and relatable topic. This podcast is packed with stories, tools, and fresh ways to handle all the stuff that feels, well, uncontrollable.
Hi, I'm Madison Mays.
And I'm Sophia Lee.
Brought to you by Cloudcast Media.
Our goal is to eliminate the mystery and myths regarding youth mental health and answer your most intriguing questions.
All right, let's have some fun and explore the uncontrollable. Today we're here with Mike VanZetta, CEO and co-creator of PiZetta, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Media, which specializes in local storytelling with a purpose. Mike, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
That's good.
So tell us a little bit about PiZetta Media and how it relates to mental health and storytelling.
Yeah, so PiZetta Media is something I always wanted to create. I was in broadcasting for over 20 years, and I thought there should be more stories about people and going through normal life instead of the negative stuff. So I decided to create my own thing, but it became more personal because when I was 37, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder too. And there wasn't a whole lot of videos of just normal people succeeding with any mental illness. So I'm like, I got the skills, I could do it. So the past few years, I've been talking to people, a lot of people with lived experiences about their journeys going through mental health and talking to people. And it's very therapeutic for me because I learned so much from other people who are going through similar things.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's hard to find people with lived experience that can show a lot of hope, or that media sort of creates this narrative that there isn't hope and you just need to show people that it's really not, that you can get better?
The big thing is just finding the people who are going through it because they aren't showcased on media or whatever. So knowing, because when I talk to someone, it's only a handful of people who have the same mental illness or mental health issues. So you want to hear about these stories because there's so many people going through mental health issues, and hearing those people going through something and living a successful life, that means a lot to me. And that makes me want to keep going because there are other people out there who are just like me.
Okay. So how do you usually find those people? Like, how do you, get a reach with them? Like, how do you become connected?
A lot of research. So I go through either Facebook or LinkedIn, and then I usually go the route of nonprofits. So I find these nonprofits that have leaders with mental health issues or family people with issues as well. So I talk to them, and then I talk to other people and get connections that way. So now I'm talking to some bigger nonprofits, and they trust me with telling their story, which I'm like, yes, it's awesome. So I'm glad people are out there want to talk to me.
The whole system of networking you have going on there. Good.
Yes, try every day. Yeah.
That's great, though. That's great.
And you've been doing this for a really long time. Do you feel like people are becoming increasingly more open to talking about mental health struggles and stigma is getting lessened?
Yes, and it's actually because of you, because of younger people who are more open talking about it. So when on my show, when I talk to people who are younger than me, they say, "Oh, I see a therapist," or "This is something that I just go through," and all that, and it makes me feel better that when I was that age, it wasn't like that, but now it is, which thankfully that's going to help people in the right direction. And it's going to help older people realize, hey, these younger people who are going to be our leaders are talking about it, and it doesn't affect their life as much as you think it was with the stigma.
And then if you were comfortable, do you want to share a little bit more about your story with bipolar disorder? I know you mentioned that you were about 37 when you were diagnosed, which for the viewers who don't know, that's a long time struggling with the mental
Yeah.
illness and just not getting validation for it. So what was that like? And
Yeah, your journey towards it.
Yeah, so in the 20s, I felt like something wasn't right with me, or everything was all over the place, and a lot of depression, and then high highs and low lows. But I was nervous to even go to the doctor and get help. So I'm not saying it's any doctor's fault or therapist's fault that I was 37. That was because of me, because I was scared of what people would think. And it finally became to a point where I couldn't uh, work without having issues anymore, because I was working for a company, and there's issue where the company folded and I got into a different company. So it was like crazy, and it gave me a meltdown. So I'm like, all right, I finally need to go get help. And I did go get help, and I see a psychiatrist, I see a therapist, I take meds every day, and great support system. I have a wife and two kids, who kids are 10 and 7, and they're great help understanding that what I'm going through. So there's no stigma in the house. That helps a lot too. So so even doing that stuff has helped me. Even I felt really truly myself in the past 6 years since I've found out.
You're finally able to embrace it and like realize.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was a big aha moment. Like, okay, there's a name with what I have. So
Right.
now let's
Kind of
really work on it.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's cool that you mentioned that like you feel more yourself in these past 6 years, because some people talk about going on meds and not feeling like the real them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds like treatment has really. Do you think it's benefited you? Do you think that being your real
Oh,
self means finding the right help for yourself and really thriving in your life?
yes, that has changed my life. My family loves it too. I'm easier to be around, so that helps a lot too. Uh, but living with it is challenging. So having something that actually helps changes everything for me. And that's why I wanted to be more open with talking about it, because I was so scared to talk about it. Actually, for the first 2.5 years, I didn't say anything publicly at all, because I was working at a place and I started telling some people, and then HR found out and said, well, you will make other people feel uncomfortable if you talk about your mental illness. So
Oh,
I'm like, oh no, it's a bad thing. So then I did think it was bad for 2.5 years, and eventually got a new job. And then I'm like, I just need to be open. I feel like I'm hiding myself. Even though I feel better, it still feels like I'm hiding something. So I decided to say things, and, it may not go well with talking to other people, but for me, it feels better. And talking to people saying, hey, I have bipolar, or I have a mental health issue, hearing those stories make me feel so good.
I'm glad you're able to share that, right? Because I feel like so many the outside perspective or kind of like society plays so much of a larger role into why people don't feel comfortable to get like
Yeah.
to actually see someone to talk about it, because like you felt like you kind of were judged based off of, oh yeah, I do struggle with this, and like really goes
Yeah.
into finding that community because it's the societal pressures. And I feel like that's what we're trying to work towards on the podcast. Like I don't feel like mental health shouldn't be a bad topic. It could be really fun, like
No.
interesting. Right, like it's good to know, and it's like good to know facts about it. So I'm like really glad you shared that story, because
mhm.
it does get hard. Because I know both of us, we've also shared like our own mental health, struggled with our own mental health stories too. So like finding other people talking about it and not feeling
Mhm.
judged is like everything.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, like it's only not normal until people start realizing it's everywhere and we can talk about it
Yeah.
openly. And it's only uncomfortable because we're making it uncomfortable by telling us that we can't talk about it. Um, So yeah, it's super cool that now you're in a place where you can share your story and everybody else's stories and really make it a positive thing. So thank you.
No, thank you. No, that is all I want to do, and seeing it working makes me want to keep going, and that's the big thing. I don't want to ever stop helping people.
So, what would you say along it's your whole entire journey? What has been your biggest struggle or like your challenge that you really had to overcome?
A lot of it is the work life balance, and a lot of things with work where I think all the time, and being at a normal 9 to 5, I don't think I could do that. So I like creating my own stuff. So understanding what is me and what is my mental health and how it helps me with living in life is the big thing, especially with work, and then making sure I have time for my family. So it is a hodgepodge because sometimes I feel like in my mind there's like 100 people yelling like a crazy party where everyone's having all these different conversations. So I need to just take a breath and calm down and focus on one thing at a time, and that helps me a little bit. But I mean, I'm never going to be cured, so there's always going to be issues, but I got to just sometimes take a breath and make sure I'm feeling okay.
Your family again. I kind of want to circle back to them. When you were diagnosed, and kind of before you were diagnosed, how did your family really support you? And when you were diagnosed, was it a shock to them? Were you worried about how they would take it? And how did they continue to support you? Because it sounds like they've done an amazing job.
Yeah, my wife knew something was up with me for a long time. She's been with me.
Oh.
But so she always was trying to push, and I was the one where I listened to the stigma, where I thought if you take meds, you become a zombie and you don't feel like yourself anymore. So I thought of that for a long time, but she didn't. She's like, "Oh, get help. Something's up with you." So when I was finally diagnosed, she's like, "Yep, makes sense." So, and then with my girls who are 10 and 7, so they're much younger, and they were younger when I was diagnosed. So having me talk about it openly has helped them talk about their feelings openly. And that's the big thing because we never talked about feelings when I was that age.
I hear that a lot from the older generation or even my parents too.
Mhm.
They say like if they're struggling with something, no one really wants to talk about it. They're like,
Exactly.
oh, just like, oh, go eat something, go lay down, and like you'll get over it, basically. Basically, get over
Yeah,
like
leave your emotions at the door, I used to hear a lot.
right. Don't even talk too much about it. Like, what are you talking? Oh, it's just a bad day. But like in
Yeah,
reality, a lot of older people said no, they were really struggling, and it was kind of like just looked over. There's
Mhm.
no really consideration. So I'm glad as you got older, you were able to really kind of do a big one for yourself. So do you know
Mhm.
what finally
yeah.
like pushed you to go? Would you say it was your wife that like pushed you? Like, oh, like what was that step that was like, yeah, something's wrong. I really need to do it.
It was basically work because I used to work like 12-hour days and it was nonstop.
Oh.
So when what I thought as a failure of me kind of messed me up because I'm always like try and make sure everything's perfect. So when something didn't work right, that kind of threw me off, and finally was thinking like, what is wrong? Something's wrong. Why can't? It's not my fault, but I think it's my fault. So I need help, and I just felt depressed. So I finally just went and got help, and thankfully they're like, okay, there is something. It's not in your head.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like so many people wait until the last minute to look for help. And
Yeah.
usually people know that they need help too, but they feel like they need to put it off because of whatever fear, whatever reason. Um,
Yeah, that the fear, that's the big thing. Yeah.
The fear of being judged, or like so much goes into it. So much. It's like a lot. I understand that too.
and
So,
then
oh no, you can go. You can go. You go.
Um, circling back again to your family, it was kind of like what Madison was saying. It made me think of something. Usually parents, and especially people coming from an older generation, I guess, they think that hiding their feelings from their kids is going to protect them. So,
Yeah.
don't cry in front of your kids. Don't show them your emotion or whatever. Be strong for them. But what can you say about being weak or being vulnerable in front of your kids, showing them how to cope with their emotions effectively, that it's okay to talk about it as a strong
Yeah.
person? Because kids really look up to you, you know? So tell us more about that story, because that's the one that we don't really get to hear.
And kids, yeah, are dealing with so much. So when they see me freaking out in a calm way, nothing wild or anything like that, but showing emotions, because sometimes I say I have 43 years experience of emotions. So everyone just needs to not hide their emotions. They don't have to say this is mental health related or whatever. Everyone's going through something, some sort of feeling. So showing like, yes, I'm going through it too, because it was true. My parents try to hide that stuff and be almost robotic and making sure you're doing the right thing. And that doesn't work sometimes. So going to my kids and be like, oh, I'm freaking out. Hold on, give me a second. So, and that helps them out realize, okay, we're not putting our parents on pedestal. They go through things too. It's okay. We're very similar. So that's what I hope my kids learn from me, uh, so they could, not go through what I went through.
Gosh, Sophia, do you know what time it is?
What time is it, Madison?
I think it's game time. So we're gonna start doing mini games. This is kind of lighten the mood. And would you like to play a game today?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. Okay, so your game today is called This or That. Basically, we say something or another something, and then you have to take a side. Which one you think is better, whatever. So, are you ready to
Okay.
vote?
Yeah.
First question is Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise? Me too, me too. Oh, what do you think?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Top Gun.
Uh-huh. Ooh, that was a good one. And that was right here in San Diego.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that's where I had a friend who her dad actually trained Top Gun people, but then they stationed him in like New Mexico instead of here, and her mom was really mad because she liked San Diego.
I would be too. Okay.
that's cool.
Hmm.
Singing in the shower or singing in the car?
In singing in the car, singing in the shower. I actually now listen to podcasts, so I rock out in the car. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you can tell that this was written by teenagers, but Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Uh, I think werewolves are cooler. So Jacob,
The vampires?
werewolf.
Does that mean you're Team Edward,
Yeah.
Madison?
Team vampire.
Okay. Me too, me too.
Okay.
Let's see.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah.
Why Christmas?
Yeah, and Christmas is like a whole month too, so it's awesome.
That's true.
It's true. It's a whole season, man.
I love
Yeah.
seeing the Christmas decorations are going everywhere.
Yeah.
Lights.
Yeah.
It makes me warm. Warm. Okay, on that topic, pumpkin pie or apple pie?
Oh, pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is awesome.
Pumpkin pie? I don't think I've
Yeah, I know a lot of people apple, but in the season with pumpkin pie, put some whipped cream on that. That's good to go.
I would enjoy like a pumpkin latte. Like I like that. So, pumpkin
I've
latte.
never had one of those.
You should. It's fire. It's fire.
Okay, let's see. Oldies or new music?
What is oldies now? Come
I
to
was just
think.
gonna ask that because low-key we're from a
Oldies?
different generation.
Oldies
Yeah.
as in not how old are you, but I'm
Let's
trying
say somebody from the 2000s.
I feel like I gotta go older. Okay,
Like
maybe
Sam Cooke, Beatles. Is that oldies?
Yeah, I probably would say oldies because I'm a huge pop punk fan. So the early 2000s, like Blink
okay.
182 and bands like that. But I don't know if they're considered oldies now.
Okay, so the 2000s your favorite era of music.
I would say, yeah, early 2000s.
2000s. Okay, okay.
Who are your favorite artists, Madison?
My favorite artist, I don't know. My mind just went blank. I like a lot of like old school music. If we're going like 90s, like I like Jagged Edge, like, and I like the Leah. Who else did I like? I like a lot of people. What about you?
Mm, to go with new music for this, I like Sabrina Carpenter.
You're going new music?
Yeah,
I
but
think
I like, I don't know, my music taste is so random.
we're like
Michael Jackson, other people.
or like old like Usher music, or I like just earlier.
Is
Usher.
Usher that old?
No, he's not old, but
Yeah, he's
like
what, late
old,
90s?
his old
Yeah.
songs, his old songs, his old songs. So a lot of like okay, and I do occasionally like 70s music. Like I'll listen to Michael Jackson, not 70s. He's not 70s. We're like so wrong with these eras, but Michael Jackson. Yeah, I do too.
I like all kinds of music, so even
I like
newer
everything.
stuff I listen to, so
Right.
it's all a hodgepodge.
That's it. Okay. Would you say staying in or going out?
That's a good
Staying in. I love I love being at home. Like I work from home, so my coworker is my dog. So sometimes I talk to my dog and that's entertaining to me. So staying in.
So that's the best one. That's the best one. All you need is yeah. Think I do. Well, depend. I like adventurous things, like or just going out, maybe hiking or going in nature.
Yeah.
Too.
one. Mm-hmm.
I'll enjoy it. Let's see. Maybe two more questions.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. This one controversial, very controversial. Spotify or Apple Music?
Ooh, that is controversial.
Mhm.
Uh, I would say Apple Music because it's right on my phone. That's the one I go to.
That's it.
I like Spotify Rap though. Like I get so happy every single year when I see it coming up.
Yeah.
It always embarrasses me, so I don't know
The
why.
only thing I would say about Apple Music, I hate how sometimes it keeps playing the same songs over and over again. Like I go through five and then just play it. I'll keep replaying them.
Well, I
Okay.
like the Spotify rap too because I've done that before. I'm like, oh, I can't say it. What's number one? So it's fun.
Okay. Last question. The best streaming service, Netflix or HBO Max?
I'll go with Netflix because I'm a huge WWE fan. So
Mm,
they have Raw. So I'm watching every week.
okay, okay, yeah. My dad's a big one too. But I will say that ends our mini game. Thank you for playing our mini game.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was fun.
It was. Okay, we can go back to just a couple more questions.
Uh, okay, I guess starting on a more positive note after our game, what, after hearing all of these stories about mental illness and heroes, because I think on your website you say that you tell stories of local heroes, what have you kind of learned from all of their stories? What have you learned about resilience, about speaking out, doing the right thing, anything?
Yeah, people could have stopped doing what they believe in a long time ago because there's going to be people against it. But no, they didn't. They kept going and nothing stopped them with their journey. And that's a big thing. Because for me, when I'm doing interviews or trying to talk to people, for every three yeses, I get 100 no's, especially trying to like find sponsors and stuff like that. So if I went by hearing the no's, I could have been like, I'm done. But that's not me and I'm not going to stop. So hearing people succeed and RAB leaders in business be like, okay, I want to be like them. So getting to hear those stories not only helps other people, but it helps me as well.
So, what do you think is like the greatest piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ooh.
Ooh, that is a good one. Uh, uh, I hear a lot is keep going. Like what you're doing is important, so keep going. So I hear that from either a lot of guests or people in the mental health field. Like what you're doing is important. That's the big thing because sometimes when you get no's, like, do people care? So hearing it from people like, yes, we care. You can't stop. Keep going. So I'm like, all right, not stopping. Let's do this.
Still keep up hope or motivation when you feel like, oh my gosh, is what I'm doing making a difference? Or if you start to doubt, like, what if this isn't for me? What if this isn't the right thing? What if I should stop? What if I should listen to them? How do you handle?
Like what keeps you
I
going?
think I think a lot with what I do is more on a personal level, so I don't take it like professional. I take it as my feelings and emotions. So I don't want to be in the corner just thinking of how I failed and stuff like that. I want to think about how I succeed. So getting that in my mindset is a big component of what makes me me.
Separating it from personal versus professional. Because I think
Yeah,
if we just listen to our emotions all the time, bro, nothing would get done. So,
you'd be like the Tasmanian devil. Yes, everything would be chaos.
yeah.
So, reference. So kind of circling back to your company, PiZetta Media, right? So
PiZetta Media, yes.
okay, I was hoping I would pronounce it. Wait. So what do you see the future of like your business going or your company? Like what does it look like to you? Or where do you hope to like go with it?
Well, I want to be a leader in mental health media and videos. So I want to create more episodic shows. I want to create more podcasts. I want to grow a business. I want to work with people instead of my dog with the business. So I want it to grow like that. I always want to be like a big heavy hitter or like local news. They have a lot of big companies. I want to compete against them. So I'm always trying to learn different ways of how to compete with, being a small business.
Okay, so it's about growing that attention and it's like so you can
Yeah.
help people. Give me more on that.
Yes, that is the big thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Have you started working on like social media too? Like trying to get people like found someone with that can like what are they called? Like social media managers.
I definitely need one. That's the big thing. I want to be better at social media, and the big thing is time management. So I definitely want to do more TikTok. Or what do you think? What should I focus on?
I would say you should focus on well, you could start with Instagram, just reels, just kind of making an account,
Yeah,
just like posting kind of who you are, what you do. From there, you could start to like even make accounts on TikTok and kind of like spreading out and just saying what you do and kind of just make fun, like not like kind of funny or just simple videos, just show what you are. Or, oh, are you ready to learn today? Or just kind of speaking. Or like story of the day. Because I remember I see video. One of my favorite things to see are like when people do those street interviews and like interviewing old people, or not old. I don't want to say old people, older people interviewing older people, and they be like, "Oh, like tell me what's the biggest life lesson you learned? Oh, what's your greatest love story?" Like
I do see those.
bro,
I
I love
laughed at first, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, no, I love learning so much from strangers because we all have so many different stories. Everyone has a story to tell. That's why I like watching
yeah,
podcasts, or even I like those street interviews, like just a random person. Everyone has their own kind of lore, their lore behind them. Like you don't know what to expect. So that's why I feel like even if you do that with your interviews, because you're storytelling, right? So like
yeah.
old like storytelling or piece of the day, like what you kind of get. I feel like that will go far.
I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely
So,
anything to get more attention to these people. I'm down.
right, just shining the light on them, like, oh, this happens.
Yeah.
There's so much more to learn. There's so much to learn.
I wonder if that's really interesting because I feel like, I mean, obviously, I really only see people our age on social media, TikTok, Instagram. It's like a Gen Z thing. But I mean, how do you think people would take it if, if it started being more intergenerational? Like, I feel like people would still watch.
People will still watch because there's so much to learn. Like I feel like everyone
Yeah,
should see the story. And older people, like they know like a lot of older stuff that happened in the past. They kind of see it, have a different perspective on it from how we might see it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like our generation is more so up for anything. Or like, oh, like okay, let's do it. Oh, you want to do it? Oh, let's do it.
Uh-huh.
Like and next thing you know, you're jumping off a cliff with someone. Just doing something crazy. Because why not?
well, and then it's a good way to build relationships with grandparents, parents, and all that. So then they feel hip and cool going, doing the newer things, the newer technology.
Even learning more from that. Like, or I'm like helping my grandma. She'd be like, "Oh, come help me with my computer. Oh, help me do this." I feel like that's help. Like we're both learning from each other. We're both learning from each other, which also goes fun. Oh, and when did you start your media company, brother?
2021, I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it has evolved. Probably, actually, the first thing it started as is a 24/7 digital channel for zoo animals. So then it definitely evolved to what I am doing now. So it was more like, I think people like this I want to create what I think would help people. So it kind of moved to that. So probably what I'm doing now is probably the last 2 years.
You see zoo animals?
Yeah.
What kind of animals did you stream? Like capybara?
Oh, you used to stream animals.
Yeah, a lot of the zoos have either marketing videos or public domain content. So
Mhm.
I try to find those and little mini clips and then make it more like America's Funniest Home Video style with music and graphics and all that. So I made like a few hours of shows and then replayed that over and over again. And then I'm like, okay, I'm learning from this, but I want to do something with a little more meaning. So then it slowly became what it is now.
That's true.
Good.
I never would have guessed. But that's such a good backstory. Like imagine just pulling that out at a party or like hey,
Honestly, I would be
actually
impressed. I would be impressed too. But I'm
yeah.
glad we could see how far you've come, and like I'm glad you were able to share your story more about like your mental health and kind of give us like everyone more of a welcoming story of how it's not afraid. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to like.
Yeah.
It's actually great to talk about it and find more people that relate to you. And I'm glad we get to hear your story and we can tune into your podcast and learn more about everyone's story too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a lot of fun.
And then
Yeah.
like
Thank you for having me. And thank you for shining a light with what you two are doing.
Thank you, of
thank you.
course. Yeah,
Oh wait, are we wrapping up the episode? Is this why? Yeah, just one final question. So like obviously you had a completely different fan base, but you still had a platform when you were making animal videos. What would you say to people who, I mean, maybe like me and Madison, who can use our platforms just as students or as, I guess, people on a show, I guess, to talk about mental health? Do you feel like it still makes a difference, no matter how big or small you're following?
Yeah, that's the big thing of just be authentic and not try to be number one. Just be yourself and then talk to people, network, and I think you could go far that way. And that's the big thing. The big thing is you two talking about everyday things and not just be robotic and stuff. And I think that's the big way of being authentic.
that's still like rare. Like just find someone that's authentic and truly themselves, not afraid to be it.
Yeah.
And that's why I've like loved this podcast, even talking to you. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air, like hearing something new. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you.
So once again, I'm Madison Mays,
And I'm Sophia Lee.
brought to you by Cloudcast Media.
Today we talked about mental health and storytelling with Mike VanZetta with PiZetta Media.
We hope you have fun, and remember, don't be afraid to explore the uncontrollable.